Today I want to show you something I found on a maintenance here. It's just doing a regular maintenance, and I noticed my pressure's a little bit off here. Pressures and temperatures here. So you can notice we got a really low suction line, low superheat. Temp split's about 12 degrees, so that's kind of low. My airflow is good. I went through that, checked all the airflow. Everything's good with that. So basically I've run into this problem before, and this is going to be an issue with an oversized orifice, oversized metering device. So this unit it's a Trane unit, but they're using it's designed to use a TXV, but the coil they're using is they're using pistons. So a lot of times, guys, they don't use the sleeves with them, with the pistons for the coils. So essentially, pretty certain that's what we're getting here. You notice we got really high suction pressure, low head pressure, basically zero subcooling, zero superheat. Essentially, there's no superheat to subcool. So yeah, this is a pretty telltale sign of an oversized orifice. What I'm going to do is I'll pump the system down real quick and go ahead and try to get that metering device swapped out. And you always want to make sure you check your airflow, make sure you got your filters are clean, your airflow is good. But like I said, the reason why we know that it's not airflow as well is because it's got such a high suction pressure. Usually low airflow would result in a lower heat load over the coil, which would basically give us a lower suction pressure. So instead of 50 degree suction saturation, we'd see like probably like 30, below 30, something like that. So yeah. Alright, so we're up at the air handler now, and it's basically this is how the kits come. They got various different sizes and the sleeve here. So what I've noticed, I've been on units before that just didn't have a proper, they just weren't cooling right, really low temp splits, and I've just seen where they just put these pistons in without the sleeve itself. And sometimes they don't size them right. See, they've got different size. That's 063. So it'll show you the size, the piston size here, 58058. Let's go ahead and crack it open and see what we get here. Already got the pressure mostly released. That wasn't tight at all either. That's crazy. Yeah, that sucker was leaking. Look at that oil. Weird. You see how loose that was? So we got very minimal pressure on there. And the only reason I kept a little pressure on there is because I want it to be open to atmosphere as little less time as possible. So you take this here sleeve, you get some of that oil as well, roll that up. And it shows in the manual. Sometimes, you know, guys just don't like using the manual doing installs, but I'll show you the manual after I'm done with this. So essentially we'll take a look and see what we got here. Put this down because I want to see if we can get the piston that's in there. So we have, wasn't expecting that. We've got a sleeve with no piston. Let me make sure it's not in here. Nope, nothing. Let's just go ahead and drop the piston in there. That's weird. So yeah, they sleeved it without a piston. I just put a 058 in there as the coil calls for. Kind of hard to believe. Yeah, whatever. Guess they figured that sleeve was a decent metering device. Let's tighten that back up. And they literally had this hand tight, which is unreal to me. So this should be good there. Put a quick vacuum on it. And if they would have chosen any one of these, any of them would have done better than what that sleeve was doing. I mean, look at the size of the orifice on the sleeve. That's what they were working with compared to, you know, if they even would have gone a bit bigger for the 6.5, you know. So it's just one of those things, you know, live and learn. Started. Or the pressure check it, sorry, and then vacuum. I'll be right back. Alright, so got the pressure tested with nitrogen. Just gonna get the vacuum on here real quick. All this in line. So I'm gonna go ahead and do. I'm gonna go ahead and drop about a pound in. I already know it's under charge. Feeling good about that vacuum. And I'm going to release the charge into the system here. What the hell, man? So they stripped the hell out of that thing. Son of a gun. I hope I'm able to get that out of there. Man, I hope I'm able to get that out of there. Just tell you, man, some of these guys, man, some of these install guys are something else. Oh, thank you. One other cool thing I wanted to show you guys as well. If you ever don't have a service wrench on you, let me tell you what works really well. If you got one of these multi wrenches, multi screwdrivers, check this out. Joker fits very well. It's probably a little quicker too. This one's pretty solid. It's definitely quicker. And this will, you can always get using a standard Allen, and that's to show the size, but an Allen wrench will work fine for the liquid line. But it'd be hard to find an Allen wrench that size. So that's something I stumbled across in the field when I was in need. It's like they say, necessity is the mother of invention. Alright, that's it. See, it's the same diameter and everything. Works real well. So yeah, if you've got like a 9-in-1 on you, it's definitely the ticket. If you don't have a service wrench. Let me go ahead and get this thing fired up. Okay, so these are my old pressures. 49-degree suction, 79-degree head, and we have 1-degree superheat, 0 subcooling. And a temp split, 12. What I'm going to go ahead and do now is clear our old pressures out. So, let's see, it's still low in refrigerant. Gonna have to run for a bit. So basically we can't charge by subcooling because this is a piston. So what we're gonna want to do is do piston fixed metering. We got 10-degree subcooling. Temp split still in 7.1. 37-degree superheat, so we're really low. Let's go ahead and add a little more refrigerant. So we're looking good, we're getting there. Let it run for about 10 minutes or so. But you can see the difference. I mean, now that we got the proper metering device, all of our pressures are basically almost locking right into where they need to be. It's only been running for about 10 minutes. Got 2.5 pounds in total. See, I'm going to let that run for another 5 minutes or so before I drop any more refrigerant in. It might stabilize, it might be good now. So our indoor pressures, our indoor temperatures are looking a lot better now. We've got a 72-degree dry bulb. Returns 58, Basically 59% humidity on the return. Wet bulb is 62. Supply temperature 58. Supply relative humidity 81, and the wet bulb is 54, basically 55. So we'll take a look now at our pressures. I mean, they're a lot better. Probably slightly overcharged. Probably want our superheat to be a little bit more around 8 degrees. It's telling us our target based off of our wet bulb, and outdoor dry bulb is 10 degree target. So subcooling 19 degrees, subcooling, liquid line. So either way, the pressure is still 1,000 times better than they were upon arrival here. So I'm going to take a little bit of charge out of this thing and basically get it tuned in right. And look at that. System may be overcharged. I mean, it's not rocket science or anything, but I just love to measure quick how, you know, it's just right on the money lot most of the time. That's pretty much it, though. That was just a quick video on basically what a oversized orifice looks like on a metering device. So next time you come across some weird pressures, I mean, first obviously check filters, you know, your fan speeds, things like that. But if your suction pressure is high and you've got low suction temperature, suction line temperature, and superheat, it's pretty good chance you might have a issue going on with overfeeding the coil. So yeah, that's just a quick one today. So we'll catch you on the next one. All right, thanks for watching.